Yeah, first of all, let me introduce myself a little bit, that you understand my background a little bit better. I studied spatial planning at the TU Dortmund, and that's the reason why I came to the rural area, and I founded 2009 the Office for Possibility Spaces to get activities of local peoples into empty buildings. That was the main idea of it. And I'm now, since 10 years, member of the Urbanisten, a non-profit association, as an initiator, as a participation platform, a multi-phase network for to create a collaborative the design of the district. And I'm employee of the Union Gewerbehof. You see in the picture, there are parts of an old steel mine, and an unemployed activity use the space since the 80s and owns it, and now it's the space for almost 100 small businesses which are networking there together. And that's the reason why I'm here, because the Union Gewerbehof organized the district cooperative of the Unionviertel. Unionviertel is the new name of the quarter, which was a redevelopment area between 2006 and 2016. It's really close up to the city center of Dortmund. Dortmund is in the western part of Germany and the rural area, and it's really close to the main station. And it was, really ugly, no investments, a lot of unemployment, and then they start a project to, redevelop and reactivate this area. And because of that, we get a new name, which is really clearly deep inside of it. It's always, as everything's named Union, and so it was really clear that's our Union area. So we start a big identity and redevelopment process. The gray area, you can see the industrial areas. The south is still working, and in the north it's a real huge development area which will part in the next years for one of the big transformation projects in Dortmund. Yeah, and the idea of the cooperative is that you qualify startups, as almost founded small businesses, to support them, to qualify them, to get them into the market, so that you have a lot of knowledge how to create a business, how to sell your idea, or how to get your idea into the market. That was the one point, and the second point is that you need space for your businesses, and it's really hard to rent it, because you have to rent it for 5 years, and if you start an idea, you're not sure if you in 5 years still exist. So the cooperative rent a lot of shops, empty shops, or real estates in the Unionviertel, and rented to the creative or the newly founded businesses for a short time. They try to get the space for a fair price, because this is really important for small businesses too. And the main idea, if a lot of small businesses are here and there and they are not really seen, we start a big networking activity and a public relation, so that you get inspired of your own neighborhood, that you know who is there, who is next to you, and to get Dortmund involved in this creativity ideas of the businesses. And the support and qualification was managed by these 3 guys here you see, which are how to write bills and all the normal stuff, but especially the idea of how to collaborate with other people. And what everybody sees in Dortmund is the changing of the area. So we, the owners of the real estate, invest a lot of money in their shops, because the district cooperative knows the further creatives who get into the shops, so they invest more easier. And the cooperative makes some little paintings or make an image work that it all depends together. Yeah, here you can see a network event. It's It's a very important structure to speak about, to get collaborative ideas, to see what we can do with other empty buildings, how to create events. Yes, next one. And we create a public internet site for all the activities. It's still really busy. It's very open to all the people in the Union area, so they can send their events. So you always know what in the Unionviertel happens. So it's really easy to find all these hidden spaces. And the main part of the district cooperative, because it owns of all the people who rent the shops, who create their small businesses, they are the cooperative. So they make things together to open it and to visit it. They have developed the round part, also where one day where all the shops, where all the businesses are open, and you easily can go and speak about and get an idea what is happening behind the normally closed doors. The USP of this whole idea is to be accelerator and incubator for creative ideas, but not in one house. It's a decentralized system. So it's spent a lot of little shops or little spaces in the whole area. And if you go to one of these actors, you know all the network, because of the networking events. Everybody knows what's going on and who is the right for your special question. So it's a really open district to get to know what you have to know. Yeah, and these are the three businesses. It's getting in three large blocks. On the one hand, the sponsorship and implementation of funding projects, in addition to and in coordination with local sponsors and the city administration, social offers and employment project, as well as the creative business incubator. The second files provides for district relative services, as neighborhood services. These include administrative tasks for property owners, caretaking services for businesses, facilities and institutions. So it's a really helping system for the neighborhood for all the things you have to organize. And the third block provides the real estate and location development part. This includes counseling and support for companies wishing to set up in businesses, counseling and support for property owners, and the procurement of commercial space and the modernization and management of real estate. The foundation of these three areas is the public relation and the image work I mentioned. Yeah, the decision making is really interesting because I have it only in German, I'm sorry, because the city administration in, I have to translate it. The departments of urban renewal, economic development and cultural enterprises are really set into the project management table. So the administration is really into the creative activities. And we founded, or we get a project financed, the Unionviertel Creative, which is in the three parts of activities which I mentioned. So this is a founded project, but the cooperative is, and the system is a long-term thing. So we try to get more money to get the ideas. And I bring you a little timeline context because it's it starts when the redevelopment activities comes and businesses looks for empty spaces and to match these and to because the main thing of the Unionviertel is that it's not an administration theme of which is organized by businesses. You call for it, and after 2 years they are gone. We said we can manage it on ourselves, and that's the main point of the Unionviertel, the network thing, that we like to redevelopment ourselves. So we have the experts there, and we can do that. And so we funded it first on the first founded phase. So it's €200 to get the network on start, to match all the people and get the activities or the active people into a group. And then after we founded the Cooperative to have a real strong network, so not to say, yeah, let's collaborative, so to do it real. And after it was a chance to get a huge EU project for 1.3 million, which is the reason why we can do the 4,000 square meters of empty spaces to the people and do the internet site and all the things we like to have. Yeah, the foundation was gone in 2018 and then normally a project ends because there is no money left, and in the Unionviertel it was the idea that it's going forward. So the Union Gewerbehof, as a strong partner with this 100 little businesses, said, okay, we can do the renting thing, the real estate thing, because we do real estate in normal life, so we have a little bit more, we can do that. And of the creative network, the internet site and the network events going forward. So it was really an energized money to get the context of it, and now, yeah, it's on their own feet. You ask, is temporary use a good idea? Yes or no? We say yes and no. It depends. It gives temporary uses which are of the idea temporary. You make an event, it's temporary. Or you make you show a film, it's temporary. You have a party, that it's temporary. And that's good reasons to get special spaces or problematic spaces into a new way, to have an atmosphere, to have a look at the future, what could happen if you do this and that into the building. So this is a good idea. But if you have small businesses or creative actors as a temporary user, so it's really hard for them to invest because after 3 years you have no reasons why to be longer there. And I can't say this is not a good idea, because you use them to make a benchmark, to get the union quota, to that everybody knows it and knows the socialized and ecological ideas of, and after that they are not important. So you have to really choose when it's a good idea for temporary use and when not. And we call it now not the temporary users, we call it the pioneer users, because they test the ideas, and if it works, they can stay, and if not, they are gone. Yeah, and the last thing you ask for challenges, and yeah, I said it's really hard for the businesses to do all the things right now without money. So to get money is work too, and there are only a few people, because we are self-organized, everything is self-organized, so there are very few people who should manage it. So this is a problem. The space is now a problem. 10 years ago it was full of empty spaces. Right now it's not really much that we can use, and they are very complicated empty spaces. So this is a really challenging. And a big point, and which I see in a lot of projects, is that the attention and the support of the city administration also decreases as soon as the funding ends. Also, if you're not involved in the project, I forget it. So this is really hard for the self-organized and active people in a quarter, that after a good partnership, it ends. So yeah. And and networking. It's really sounds, we do some events and that's it. We ask what do you do, and that's but that it's not networking. If you do a real networking system, it's a lot of work, and this is really hard to do it without money. All the activities, because the creative people always change. They are every 3 years. There are new people, new ideas, and who is making things together. So it's a really huge exercise. I got a few pictures more, but after it, maybe if you ask about it. So thank you for your listening.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your presentation, to showcase a completely different approach from the previous one that we have seen, which I think is kind of interesting in that sense. From the targets when you started to the achievements, let's say 2018, what was missing and what was, in your view, extremely successful?
The first part was really hard to say that we can do the things on ourselves. Also that's still a problem, because the city administration have ideas on their tables, and then they took it into the quarter and only inform you. So participation for us is a self-making process, because you have a lot of steps of participation, and informate is one. To get the decision inside, to make get involved into the decision too, but the really nice thing is to make it on ourselves, or on the people who use the space, that they create the space, because then it really fits for the use. So this is from the beginning to the end the most exercise.
I think you shared with some of the previous the lack of investment or the difficulty to raise capital in order to really keep the tension and the activities. So you need to identify elements that, I don't want to say it's not a good investment, but things that you say, if I will start again, I may not do this because I spent too much effort and with very limited outcome. But instead, I will put more investment into here because that was very beneficial. So what are kind of the pros and cons of the key investments and
to create a cooperative, for self-organization, it's the first the networking and to have the same idea of doing something. Also you have to make or create the energy that everybody is inside, and we have the Dortmunder U, which was very important to see culture as a part of city development, as a strategic element for it. So the European Cultural Capital was very the beginning of all these little things, and I think we professionalize ourselves by doing the network thing together with the city administration. So the collaboration was the main thing, and one of the best parts was a huge round table at the first time of the process. There were 100 people, and of the city administration, waste, culture, social things, the politicians sat on it, the creative people sat on it, the normal living people sat on it, and then it was a chaos. Someone asked a question and someone answered. And after doing that 3-4 times, you know how, who is your person with my question and what is really important for the people. So you get themes and you get context.
Okay.
Because of the round table. So that was very important for the beginning of the process.
Perfect. I'm concerned about time and the coffee break because I already got a warning. So then we're going to have more time to discuss with the rest of the speakers and also with the audience. I'm going to be only managing the questions, but no more than that. So probably now is the time. The coffee is here in the terrace, okay? Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for your presentation and see you in quarter hour.